This video was made in collaboration with the Avatar Wiki. If you'd like to learn more, check out the link in the description. "25 Waterbending Abilities." Welcome to the Amagi. In today's video, we're going over 25 waterbending abilities. Before we begin, we publish a new video every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 1. Breath of Ice. A waterbender can use the water vapor in their breath to rapidly freeze objects or opponents. For a more advanced version of the technique, the user takes a deep breath and exhales the air as a cloud of freezing mist. Katara used this technique to freeze Jet to a tree, to save Sokka from Hu, and to stop a warship from sinking by temporarily freezing a hole in the ship's hull. Avatar Aang also used this ability to break the chain when Bumi was being lifted by a crane. Number 2. Ice Blade. Waterbenders can create a sword-like blade of ice. Minghua used this technique to threaten a delivery truck driver in order to smuggle her and her companions out of Republic City, and again during her battle with Kia at the Northern Air Temple in an attempt to skewer the other woman. Number 3. Ice Bullets. Waterbenders are able to rapidly shoot shards of ice at their opponents. Tarlok used this technique in his fight with Avatar Korra, while Desna and Eska used this against Minghua, and Kaya used it against Zahir. Number 4. Ice Claws. Shown by Hama, using ice claws involves the bender drawing water around their fingers and freezing it. They can also be sent forward, shooting them at an opponent. A waterbender can also use this as an advantage. Being small and unnoticeable, they can hide them in their sleeves just like Mei's weapons. Additionally, this technique uses little water and can thus be performed quickly using the condensation technique. Number 5. Ice Column. Similar to the Earth Column technique used by Earthbenders, a waterbender can shoot a pillar of ice up from the ground to knock their opponent off their feet. Unalaq used this technique during his duel with his brother Tonraq. Number 6. Ice Creeper. A waterbender can send a ray of ice on the ground, speeding in an opponent to freeze them. This technique freezes a trail of water beginning with the waterbender performing the move and ending with their targets freezing. This technique was first performed by Katara when she accidentally froze Sokka's feet to the ship, before she was able to freeze 3 Fire Nation soldiers. Kaya also used this technique in her fight with Zahir. Number 7. Ice Disc. A waterbender can create a cylindrical column of ice and proceed to slice razor-sharp sections of it off and send them at an opponent. They are sharp around the edges, but also thin, as Master Pakku was able to break them with his wrists. Number 8. Ice Gauntlet. Similar in technique to ice claws, a waterbender can freeze water around their hands and turn it into a sharp spike that can be used to scale mountains or impale their opponent. Tonraq made use of this in his battle with Zahir on Lahima's Peak. Number 9. Ice Hook. Waterbenders, if creative enough, may form a hook out of ice which they can use to climb vertical surfaces. Minghua bent ice hooks to climb up the walls of Poli's prison while carrying her. She also used an ice hook to take out a White Lotus sentry when breaking out of her prison. Number 10. Ice Line. Waterbenders can create lines of twisting ice columns to knock out their opponents. Unalaq, while in the Dark Avatar state, used an enhanced version of this technique to knock out Mako and Bolin during harmonic convergence. Number 11. Ice Shield. Waterbenders are able to freeze water in front of them, creating a shield of ice. Katara performed this technique on numerous occasions during the 100-Year War, and Korra later made use of it to protect herself from a metal-bending police officer who chased her during her first time in Republic City, as well as during her fight with the Dark Avatar. Kaya also employed this move to defend herself and her brother Bumi from rocks launched by Ghazan during their battle at the Northern Air Temple. Number 12. Ice Spear. The Ice Spear is a waterbending move that involves freezing a stream of water into a spike and firing it at the intended target. This move was used by Katara when she was about to strike down Yan-Ra, and Korra also used this technique when she faced Amon. Number 13. Iceberg Spike. Waterbenders can shoot small shards of ice at their opponent or cause a giant spike to protrude from a body of water. The Northern Water Tribe employs these as a primary defense of their homeland when enemy ships are sighted. Desna and Eska performed numerous iceberg spikes during their duel with Minghua. Korra also employed this technique to slow down Kuvira's enormous mecha suit. Number 14. Phase Change. Waterbenders also possess the ability to alter the physical state of the water they manipulate, between liquid, solid, and gas at will. Changing the phase of water allows for multiple techniques in the course of a battle. from encasing an opponent in ice to hiding behind a wall of mist. Ice or steam and fog can also be molded in a diverse range of shapes. Ice provides a degree of hard lethality since it can be molded into spikes or blades to pin down or impale opponents. Steam or mist can obscure a battlefield and mask movement. Katara made good use of this to enhance her performance as the Painted Lady. Waterbenders also possess the ability to breathe an icy mist that freezes water and other substances. Number 15. Streaming the water. Named by Katara, it is a move that draws water from a source that waterbenders move around their bodies. A more advanced version demonstrated by Aang apparently involves sinking and floating. This move is thought to be used for basic training so that beginning waterbenders can get a feel for water, but it is in reality a useful move performed by waterbenders of every skill level. Number 16. Water Bullet. The water bullet is a move where a waterbender bends a large amount of water and sends it in a forceful blow toward their target. It is similar to a water jet, but it is more for a quick use since the jet takes more concentration. It's basic yet useful because it takes little time to perform and has a significant effect on the target. Katara used this against Hama. Number 17. Water Cloak. A waterbender can use their water as a form of armor with tentacle-like arms. The bender can use these arms to grab objects or enemies, whip enemies, blast enemies with water, and freeze them. If a waterbender has less water available, he or she can simply form the arms instead of the entire cloak. This technique was first shown by Katara while she dueled against Azula in the Crystal Catacombs, and again while she was on board the Southern Raiders frigate. Korra used this against members of the Northern Water Tribe when breaking her father out of prison, and it was later used by both Korra and Unalaq in their fight during Harmonic Convergence. Both Kaya and Tanrak also used it during their duels with Zahir at Air Temple Island and Lahima's Peak, respectively. Minghua mastered this technique to the point that she could mold the ends of the tentacles into any shape, such as a claw or hook, as well as only locally freeze the ends while retaining the mobility of the tentacle as a whole. Number 18. Water Filtering. When working in concert with an earthbender, a waterbender can purify polluted water. The waterbender suspends the polluted water in the air while the earthbender removes the pollutants. Number 19. Water Jet. High-pressure jets can be used to force opponents back or even blast clean through a target if focused enough. Water jets are primarily used if the user has the intent of severely hurting their opponents. It was seen being performed by Katara against a pirate. Number 20. Water Knife. The ability to shape water into a super sharp edge or point for a split second, enabling a waterbender to cut through metal, wood, or stone. Aang and Katara use this technique to sabotage the giant Fire Nation drill assaulting Ba Sing Se. Number 21. Water Manipulation. Almost all forms of waterbending involve moving and shaping a body of water to the waterbender's desire. By simply levitating a large mass of water, waterbenders can move water anywhere they wish, even parting it under the surface of a lake or sea, allowing them to walk along the bottom of a basin without the need to swim. These large bodies of water can also be used as weapons, either by shaping them into gigantic whips, swung repeatedly at a target as a snake-like body, form momentarily into a razor-sharp edge that can cut through even metal, or simply dropped onto an opponent to smother them or put out a fire. On the sea or ocean, waterbending can be used to create giant maelstroms. Aang and Katara use this to set off a giant sea serpent. Number 22. Water Pressure Manipulation. Waterbenders are also able to manipulate water pressure, allowing them to use water to grasp other objects or cut through without simply parting around them. Water can be used as a semi-solid while being able to move and flow like a liquid. Water can be pressurized to such a level where it can slice through metal. Waterbenders can also use this to avoid sinking in water, effectively allowing them to walk on water as demonstrated by Katara multiple times. Number 23. Water Wall or Shield. Water can be molded into a variety of shapes, and it can be used to deflect an attack, trap opponents in a viscous body, reshaped and propelled at attackers before they can recover, or solidified into a shield of ice. This diversity and ability to swiftly change to suit the situation is what makes the waterbender's defense so adaptable. Although usually protective, the shield needs some type of compression or else it will not be effective. This is demonstrated when Katara was fighting Zuko at the Spirit Oasis, and her quickly made shield could not block the fire blast. Number 24. Water Whip. The Water Whip is a commonly used move that involves creating a lashing tendril of water to swipe at an opponent. The shape, size, and length are all determined by a waterbender's control, and more powerful benders can create larger whips, or ones of greater finesse. The whip can be sharpened into a blade that can slice through metal with relative ease, and Katara, Korra, Tonraq, Desna, and Eska have demonstrated the ability to create water whips with their feet. Number 25. Wave. By moving a large mass of water without separating it from its original source, waterbenders can create waves of nearly any size. They do this by using an upward movement that raises the source, which they can subsequently send away in their desired direction. This can be used to sweep opponents away, or even as a form of transport, with the benders surfing on the crest of the wave. This same process can be used to propel waterborne craft. Did you enjoy our video? Be sure to check out these other great videos from the Amagi, and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.